Yep.
Okay, awesome. Kelsey, I'll start with you today. Obviously, it was a very hard-fought match. What did you kind of make of the result today?
Give Adelaide a ton of credit. I think they came in with a really great game plan and executed it really well. Put a bigger body on Izzy, and really was nail heavy, clogged the paint. And tested us. I think I think we are not historically a 9-assist team. That's not our brand of basketball. So you got to give Adelaide a ton of credit. And took us out of our rhythm and became really perimeter dominant, and they put us under shot clock pressure a lot, certainly down the stretch. So I think they deserve a ton of credit, for executing a really good game plan. Really proud of our group for just grinding it out. What certainly wasn't pretty, but just found a way. Different players at different points stepped up, and I think that's what makes our group really, really special, is that we honestly don't care whose night it is. We just play really hard for one another, and really proud of that. But that was a game that could easily have gone either way for sure.
And you obviously had a little bit of illness during the week. Can you kind of talk to us a little bit about what happened and how you aim to be in best shape today?
Look, I think it was the Sydney, I can't remember. I think it was Sydney Adelaide back-to-back like 3 weeks ago. That just wore me down, and I've been battling a cold ever since. You can probably hear it in my voice, and it's just part of the game. It happens. I'm just really glad no one else on the team got sick. Poor Ann, my wife, got sick now, so we're just gonna bunker down for the holidays after Southside and just try to take it easy and hopefully get on the other side of this thing.
And it seemed that the conditions today were very hot inside of the arena. We saw a couple of heat protocols. How did you kind of balance that, especially with your cold?
It wasn't great, to be honest. Not having appropriate air conditioning, I think, is really tough. Very tough. Makes it a much harder game to play in than necessary, but it's the reality of the setup that we have here. And so, to be honest, we're sponsored by a group of people, Cooling Climate Wear, and they have ice vests for us. And so I was able to wear an ice vest during warm up, and every time out was able to put an ice vest on to just try to keep myself cool as possible. I've been in Australia for a long time now, but I think my Alaskan blood still runs pretty thick, so I struggle in the heat. But it's not about me; it's about different people stepping up, and I was able to get some big stretches there, which was really nice.
Now that win puts you 2 wins, I think, ahead of second place on the WNBL ladder. How much of a focus is that for the side, right now?
Not a focus at all, to be honest. It might sound cliche, but I mean, our second half of the year is going to be really tough. Our January's, very, very hard. So for us, it's just about continual improvement, wanting to get better. This group's really, with this lineups and what Kennedy's playing in rotations, has only been together since beginning of December.
Yep.
Last week of November, I think, is when Tolo announced her pregnancy. So we're still figuring it out. But I think one thing that's been so impressive about our group is the willingness to show up and train and prepare and want to get better. It's been my teammates, I just have so much gratitude for them. They've made this season so enjoyable because of their want to be great, and they're just sponges. And it's just been amazing, and it's fun to show up, go to work, it's fun to come to games, and they just want to be great. And so I think for me, it's just about helping them set themselves up to be the best pros they can be. And then selfishly, that helps to be a better team. And, it's not always going to result in wins. That's not an expectation of mine, but it's more about the process, how we go about it, and how we treat each other.
Kennedy, I'll just move to you. Obviously, we know that Adelaide has a really big transition game. They score a lot of points very quickly. How important was kind of shutting that element of their game down today?
Yeah, I mean, especially when you've got a great rim runner and a post presence in Fagan, and you've got a good ball handler in Dallas who's got incredible speed, and you've got some good floor spaces. Taylor shot the ball. I think she made her first 2 threes tonight, and obviously Talbs is an incredibly good shooter. So they have all the right pieces to be a really potent transition team. For us, I think, particularly making sure we get relatively predictable shots and high quality shots become really important. I think we kept them. I mean, I don't know how accurate 2 points is and fast breaks. It kind of felt like they probably had more than that.
I mean, Sanaya scored 4 on me just in the fourth quarter.
So, some accurate stats here, but it felt like, I looked at 2 points. I think that's a bit flattering because it definitely felt like a lot more at different times. But for us, I mean, it's some real key simple things for predictable shots, getting the right shots, and then being able to slow the ball down and be able to build our defense behind the line of the ball. And typically we've done that at a really high level for the majority of the season. And well, like all teams, we make mistakes, we have faults, we have bad patches, and so we're continuing to work towards being consistent and consistently great at those things.
And just final question from me for you, Kennedy. I know you've been asked this a little bit, but I'm just going to throw it out again. Are you kind of still on the lookout for a replacement for Tolo? We know that there are a couple of the girls that have stepped up, such as Pollard and Reese, but what's kind of the status with that?
My statement's the same. I mean, we were comfortable enough to roll out and stay with what we've got. If the right person presents, the right person for our group and our program in our community, we're in a position to be able to bring someone. The timeline, the runway is getting shorter, but for now, right now, we're comfortable with what we've got and how they're more so not even what they're producing performance-wise, just how they're going about playing is so much more important for us. So they're doing a great job, and we're going to continue to back them in. If the right person comes along that's going to be right for our group or right players, we will certainly look at a replacement.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. That's all I have.
You're welcome.
Kennedy.
Yes.
Can I ask you a couple, just 2 quick questions for you, mate? Congratulations on the win tonight for
Thank you
again. You kept them at arm's length once again. We spoke about that last time you were in Adelaide. I'm keen to know were there discernible differences in the way the Lightning played at both ends of the floor that you picked up from the last time you played them?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, schematically, there have been a few changes to how they're facilitating offense and who offense is going through, and certainly you can see that, the way that perhaps that's presenting on the floor is probably producing and bearing some fruit in ways that were different. For example, Sanaya's getting 16 looks today is probably great for that group, and I thought she did a great job of putting pressure on the rim. Obviously, I thought we did a great job of making that difficult at times. I think KG had a stretch where she may have had 3 deflections or steals in a row down our end, but yeah, certainly just differences in how they're presenting. And it's also, from my perspective, good to see your Sean Robatis and your Strawbridges being more willing to shoot the ball when the ball comes their way. Yeah, absolutely. So, from that perspective, you're seeing that perhaps some players who are playing roles are playing more aggressively and more confidence. And Sean, that's a great game for Sean. Obviously being a fellow Kiwi, I know her game really well. So always, happy to see her have a great game where we get the win. Probably not as willing to see her have a great game where we get the loss. But again, credit to coach and what she's trying to do with this group. And they're going to continue to get better with time, no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, Kennedy, like you said, where you also said that it was a good game for her in the way that she played and that 3-ball going in for her, obviously. We know that you're very supportive of your fellow Kiwis, of course. Kelsey Reese, obviously, has been pretty big since Tolo's been out, and tonight she was great with 13 points and 3 rebounds as well. How pleased are you with the fact that Kelsey was able to step up and play the way that she did and played some pretty significant minutes at the defensive end of the floor as well?
Kelsey Reese has an incredible mindset and how she goes about. She's very methodical. She's a hard worker. Just those things alone, consistent in the way she approaches everything, those things alone set you up for success. And she's obviously got a great support network with teammates and support staff. But just, again, I think she's going to be she already is a good player, but I think she's going to be a really, really great player in this league. I think she's just got all the right tools and has great confidence in her ability. And, it's our job and my job certainly to continue to nurture that and bring as much as I possibly can with the support network of her teammates who will do an even better job of putting her in great positions to succeed. So just, couldn't be any prouder of how she goes about things every day.
I'm just happy because she drops 20 on me at practice every day, so I'm glad that it's translated to a game.
Well, she's got a pretty good mentor in yourself, Kelsey, as well. And if one Kelsey doesn't get you, the other one will. In the case tonight, I need to ask, in that last play, Did you know exactly where Izzy Borlaces was when you hit that ball her way towards her on the 3-point line?
No. I didn't know who it was, but I know that usually there should be a player, because that's where we pick up for defensive transition. So there should be a teammate in that area, but I had no idea that Iz was going to be there. And I'm just, yeah, it's a big shot.
That's how you don't remember it, right?
Big shot from Iz, which I love that about her. Same for Meg, like big shots for Meg. I mean, just Paul, everyone made big shots at big points. So impressive.
And just lastly for me, you've got a huge game against Southside Melbourne Flyers on Sunday. Big rivalry game, of course, down in the city and that. I'm sure that'll be a great contest, and they're certainly starting to look like they're a part of many teams that are in that logjam for fourth at the moment. It must be really interesting from your perspective, sitting in the top three at the moment, but then seeing all these teams scrap away for fourth place, and it gives them a lot of motivation to come out and try and pinch a couple of wins against the top side.
Yeah.
Stop that from happening, so to speak, that emotional momentum.
Yeah, I mean, Southside's a very talented team. They've got a strong identity in who they are, how they want to play. And yeah, it's going to be an absolute battle. I've got the utmost respect for that group. And yeah, we know we have to come ready to play them. It's going to be physical. It was super physical the last time we played down there. There's going to be a ton of different schemes thrown at us. I think they'll learn probably a lot from how Adelaide played us today, and so we've got to make adjustments. But it's going to be a good hit out, and yeah, I think they're right in the mix for sure. And they're building. You can tell they're absolutely building.
Well, thank you so much, Kennedy and Kelsey tonight, and all the best for Sunday.
Thank you.